Hi, I'm Ruairi McGreevy. I am a kicker for Notre Dame Prep number 4, and this is my first year kicking for high school football. I've been playing soccer my whole life, and I've had help from my brother and Eddie Murray. What you will see is unedited footage of me at practice kicking and highlights from my season.
Hi, my name's Eddie Murray. I'm an NFL place kicker for 19 years. I've been working with the McGreevy family, Colin first, Rory's older brother, who is at Hillsdale College, and Rory, who is at Notre Dame Prep. I must say, with the short period of time that Rory has taken to place kicking, he has picked up the nuances that you need to have to kick a football very quickly. He has some tremendous upside, and what I'd like to do now is comment on his tape.
Do I stay? Do I leave? Do I wait to bring them to
Here's the first extra point, and one of the things I wanted to emphasize is just to see really how fluid Rory is. Usually there's some hesitation, especially when you first start to transition over from soccer to kicking footballs because of the timing factor that you have to have. But I wanted to emphasize just how quickly Rory has picked up the timing and the fluidity that he needs to kick field goals. So on those first 2 extra points, you can notice how he's very easy coming through the ball. He has a very, very small jab step, but it's not a big one where he's going to have greater mistakes when he gets to his plant foot. So his error factor is going to be really reduced because of the fact that he uses that little bit of an adjustment step, if you want to call it, at the beginning to kind of get himself going with his timing that he has with the center and the holder. But he has very solid impact position. He has great plant foot position. And he has a really good, solid, pointed right foot going through towards the target.
Right hash.
Here on the right hash, he's kicking a 30-yard field goal. And again, he's been working very diligently on making sure that he takes those correct steps in the correct angle because of the hash marks being wider in high school. That actually it's a much harder kick, kicking from the hashes than it would be in college, and then vice versa also into the NFL. He has made some great strides and has been working very hard at his steps to make sure that he's taking the correct angle over to the left. The kick in the middle there, you can see how he was putting a little bit more on it. Consequently, it pulled a little bit, but he does not have a hook on his kick, which is a really good sign at this time. I know this day that that the taping was done at practice. There was about a wind of about 10 to 15 miles an hour that he had to deal with, and he did an exceptional job with handling everything as far as the elements and the snapping. This kick, the left hash 40-yard, even though it was a miss, in the instant replay you can notice just how high up on the left upright that it hit. So you get to see the power that Rory has. As a side note, the grassed area where the 2 players are catching the footballs, they're from the back of the goalpost to the evergreen trees back there is about 25 yards. So you can kind of calculate from there just how far he is kicking the ball. On the second kick on the left hash, he overcompensated And one of the things that I was extremely impressed with Rory was this kick here. He was disappointed that he overcompensated.
45-yard kick, middle.
Went back to 45 yards right in the middle, which is a much harder kick really in the middle, because you have to kick the ball very pure for it to go straight, because you can't really play too much of a hook if you wanted to play a hook, depending on if there's a side wind. But one of the things that I was very impressed with Rory is that he came back on this kick. Notice he was very solid. The ball's dead die straight right down the middle, and that shows a lot of character, and that he has an absolutely phenomenal temperament as a kicker, where you have to be somewhat of a duck with the water rolling off your back. You just have to kind of go to the next kick and concentrate there. We're now looking at his kickoffs. Predominantly in these kickoffs that you get to see, we try to show both ways. The wind usually, if it is blowing here, it's blowing from the right to left on the camera screen. And so we took some where he was kicking with the wind, as well as also kicking into the wind. And you will notice that his power was equally as strong both ways. And of course, with the wind, he got maybe an extra 3 to 5 more yards going the other way. But he has exceptional hang time. I believe he can get much stronger in his kicking off, because as we've been working together, I've been trying to get a little bit more speed through his run-up, so he can try to create a little bit more power into his kicks. And as you can tell, he still does an exceptional job. Side note for Rory is, as he had mentioned at the beginning of the tape, he was predominantly a soccer player until this year, where he just took on kicking field goals. He practices soccer before every high school game, so he has a good hour and a half, 2 hour practice in him before he steps on the football field. So he's showing tremendous endurance, and still being able to handle the workload of handling the soccer season and also the football season. Here you get to see in-game extra point. Again, notice the fluidity that he has, great follow-through, and again, height and accuracy that he has.
33-yard field goal.
And here is a 32-yard field goal, right down the middle. Again, I believe one of the harder kicks to make, and he knocks it right through. And you can also see there on that shot how far back the evergreen trees are. And this is an extra point at Ford Field. And again, great height, great power, and again, exceptionally fluid and smooth in his kicking. Great upside to Ruairi McGreevy in the college level. Any school that decides to recruit him and offer him a scholarship would be doing a great service to their school.